What's up everybody, Dr. D here. Today we're going to be learning the CAGED system and working on the C major shape. So we'll cover the C major chord, the C major arpeggio, we'll do the pentatonic major scale, the blues major scale, and the major scale. And talking about how to move that shape up and down the neck and use the C shape everywhere in any key. So be sure to hit the subscribe button and notifications if you haven't already, and let's go ahead and jump in. Alright, so the C shape originates from the C chord shape, the major chord shape, down in open position here. And the first thing you want to know and highlight is the roots in this shape. So we know it's C major here, but if we move it other places, that's going to be whatever, key you want it to be in. But it's important to know that this is an anchor point, this is a root on the A string, and then there's a root, again, an octave of it higher on the B string, okay? So make sure whenever you're learning this shape that you are well aware of this note is C and that note is C. Okay, cool. So the arpeggio of this, we have a C there, so we have the root, we have an E, we have a G, we have a C again, so one root, third, fifth, root, and then an E, so another third there. There's also a G on that E string on the third fret, as well as a G down here. So however you want to arpeggiate this, it's basically be aware that beyond the basic notes of the chord, you have a fifth on the E string below or above. So, okay, cool. So let's look at that with the major pentatonic. So there's 5 notes in the major pentatonic scale, hence the name pentatonic. You have the root, the second, the third, the fifth, and the sixth, okay? And then you're back to the octave. So with the major pentatonic, it sounds like like My Girl. So if I play the major pentatonic, it's going to go. So My Girl goes. So you can kind of use that as a tune to help, check yourself on whether you're playing it right or wrong. So you've got the root, second, third, fifth, sixth, root. Now going beyond that, you have the root, the second, open third, and then the fifth. Okay? Below that, you're going to have the root, the sixth, the fifth, and then the major third down here. So all together in this open position of C major, if you play the 6 strings of the guitar from top to bottom, you're going to have open, third, open, second, first, third, open, third. Okay? Let's look at the major blues scale. So the major blues scale has 6 notes in it. Instead of the 5 of the pentatonic, it's going to have an addition of a minor third. Okay? So where you're going to find that is just a half step after the second note in the scale. So you have the first note, there's the second, minor third, back to the top again. Up here you're going to have the blue note on the it's a D sharp there. It's going to be on the 4th fret with your pinky if you're playing it like that, and then the open third. So blues scale. Okay, cool. So the next scale we'll look at is the major scale, and I'm doing the scales and the chords and everything in an order of the most simple to the most complex. So the most simple, pattern is the roots, right? The next most simplest pattern is the chord, or the arpeggio of the chord, just the chord tones, root, third, and fifth. The next more complex is the 5-note pentatonic. The next more complex and unique is the blues. Right? And then after that, let's learn the major scale, which is a 7-note scale. It's your traditional do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, that whole thing, but not out of key. But it's a 7-note scale. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 notes in it. So with the major scale from the pentatonic, you're thinking that there is a 4th and a 7th that was omitted. So basically the half steps were the notes that were eliminated to form the major pentatonic. And so you're going to have a half step after the 3rd. So 1, 2, 3, and then a 4th. There's your 4th right there, that F. And then after that, you're going to have a 7th, which is the leading tone, a half step below the root. So that scale, right? And then if you continue past these notes, so the way that I want you to practice playing this is to, improvise with it, play around with it, but focus on anchoring yourself on the roots, right? Not that you always have to start and end every melody on the root, but it's good to be aware of where they are, because those are going to be the notes of sort of release and resolve. So whether your melody starts anywhere, a little leading tone into the root is a nice way to kind of cap it off. Kind of gives that sense of closure. So anyway, it's good to be aware, and it helps you hear the sound as well. Okay, so let's take this chord scale cage system thingy and let's move it up to a non-open position. All right. So basically, the way this works is you take the chord. It's right now a open position chord. I'm utilizing open strings on the guitar, but I'd like to move that chord anywhere and place it anywhere I want. So first thing is to play the chord with the fingers other than your first finger, if it's possible. So which it is on the C chord, yes. And then the first finger is kind of like, where the nut is back here. And you slide that, let's slide it up to the, right here to the 5th fret, making it a D major chord. Okay, so now this is a bar chord, if you will. Or you could play it maybe just the inner 4 strings. I usually like to play the chord like this. It's a little bit less strenuous than trying to get that high F sharp up there. But anyway, however you play this chord, this is the movable pattern of it. The roots, once again, are on the B strings. So that note's a D, that note's a D. If you play it up here on F, that's an F, that's an F. These are always the same octave relationships wherever you go. Always an octave. So these are the 2 octaves that are inside of the C shape, wherever you want to play it. So here we are on D. The pentatonic is going to be 1st, 4th, 1st, 4th, 1st, 3rd, 1st, 3rd, 2nd, 4th, 1st, 4th. Right? And it's good to highlight the roots, then the chord, then the pentatonic. Okay, let's add the blue note in there, which is this note in between the 2nd and the 3rd, major 3rd. It's a minor 3rd. So then your other one is 2nd, minor 3rd. If you want to, you could also maybe play it back here on the 1st fret. So however you want to play the F there, could be the 1st fret or whatever, but as far as the major scale goes, it's the same shape, but you're going to use these fingers. So starting from the root this time, 4, 3, 1, 4, 2, 1. So starting from the very lowest note in the pattern, 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4. Okay, so there's your major scale in the C shape moved around. And wherever you want to put it, any key, there it is. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Be sure to like the video and hit subscribe and turn on notifications and all that good stuff. And we'll see you in the next video. Peace out.